Hello and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News channel. Today we're going to talk about Solana and why it's actually rising. As you can see, Solana is now number 6 on Live CoinWatch, just jumped over XRP. And the high for Solana all time is 259, but it's now at 124, a little less than half of that. But it's doing pretty well, up basically 3.45 over the past 24 hours, while the rest of everything is down. So why has Solana been rising the last couple of days? And as you can see on CoinMarketCap for Solana, it's actually risen 22.03% over the last 7 days. And there are two reasons, and we'll talk about that, but we'll also talk about when it could possibly retrace if Bitcoin doesn't continue to go up, and what is its high. First of all, what is its ceiling? I do believe about $260 is about its ceiling. Unless Bitcoin goes way, way up high, which I don't think it'll do. I don't think Bitcoin will surpass its all-time high. It might go up past 50,000, but definitely not past like 70,000, because that's still a while back. I don't think Do Kwon and Terra Luna could possibly pump it up that much unless they get retail interest. So I do think like 250, 260 is probably a ceiling for it right now. Now, the two reasons why it's going up while everything else hasn't been doing nearly as well is because, one, OpenSea, as we've discussed, is going to add them to their NFT market. Now, that's actually a really big deal. A lot of people actually use Solana for NFTs because, A, Ethereum, it takes a lot of money to mint NFTs and Solana doesn't, and it could possibly transact faster. It'll open up Solana NFTs to a much, much wider and bigger market on OpenSea, which will make the ecosystem much more popular. I don't exactly know how many NFTs there are on Solana, but it'll get them some noticeability. Now, that has a FOMO effect on the chain, but it also will have a longer lasting effect. The longer lasting effect obviously won't be as big as the FOMO effect, because everyone just piles in and buys at once when they hear the news. Once they actually it actually gets implemented in OpenSea, they will probably start to sell out a little bit. But still, there's still those NFTs on OpenSea, and that should pump it up to a higher base value than what it was at. I think Solana was at like less than 100 a while ago, but now it's at 124. So that's really, really good for Solana. And I do think it might settle above 100 when it's all said and done. Maybe not like at 120, but above 100. The other thing is that we know that Coinbase is going to add Solana ecosystem tokens. Obviously, Solana ecosystem tokens run on the base chain, and that will have more usage for Solana. How much usage will that actually have? Solana coins are already listed elsewhere. How much extra volume Coinbase will provide them, I'm not really sure. We know those coins generally get a boost when Coinbase first lists them. So as more of those get listed, I do expect Solana to get incrementally pumped up. So Solana has a lot of good stuff ahead. But I don't think the Coinbase listing thing will immediately affect it, because those coins are going to come on one by one and not all together. I do think right now what's pumping it the most is the NFT thing. But unlike Ziliqua, which we know the game comes out on April 2nd, and I do expect a buy the rumor, sell the pump thing on the 1st or the 2nd, Solana, we don't have a solid date in April when it's going to come out. So my guess is that maybe around, if it hasn't come out by mid-month, my guess is it's going to start, the energy from that is going to start petering out around mid-month, and we might go for a retrace unless Bitcoin goes much higher. Like I said, I do expect Solana to be able to climb to 250 if Bitcoin continues to go up, but not really past 250, because I don't think Bitcoin's going to near its all-time high. Of course, if Bitcoin really starts dumping, Solana will start dumping. And I do kind of expect a retrace with respect to Bitcoin sometime towards mid-month if the NFT marketplace integration hasn't really gone through yet. Because they haven't mentioned a solid date. If they had a solid date, I would say it's probably going to retrace as we get towards that solid date and as we hit that the solid date. But they just said sometime in April. Generally, when they say sometime in April, it means towards the end of April. So at least towards the end of April, I do expect a small retrace, or at least a bigger, either a small or a big retrace for Solana, according to how much it's actually pumped. But it will be at a higher base value even after it retraces, because its stuff is on OpenSea, and people will actually be purchasing Solana NFTs on OpenSea. So that's kind of what I see for Solana. The cap would probably be at 250, 260, depending on how high Bitcoin goes. And my prediction is that It will probably start rise throughout maybe the next week or so, maybe slightly, and then once it hits around like mid-April, if that NFT marketplace integration hasn't happened yet, people will slowly start to like pause on it, and towards the end of April, it'll start retracing as the news comes out. Buy the rumors, sell the news. Pretty common for crypto. So that's my prediction on Solana. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you and have a nice day.